people love it. It's just a good combination.
Everyone knows it, everyone talks about it, everyone has it. So if it wasn't around, it would definitely be missed.
It is something that's so iconic. From when you're young, you've got memories of fish and chips that stay with you for life.
Hello, I'm David Hambury. I've owned Hambury's for the last 40 years and I'm going to endeavour to show you how to make the best fish and chips. So what we do is we buy fillets of cod and haddock from the northeast Atlantic. It's very deep, unpolluted waters up there. It's the best fish available, and I've got a real hankering for Faroese fish. It's always a little bit sweeter. You pay a little bit more for it, but you get a better quality of fillet.
We supply loads of restaurants daily, thousands of restaurants who are supplying fish and chips to the public. So without us, it wouldn't be able to happen. Hi, my name's Emily Griffiths. I work here at Kingfisher Brixham, and I'm just going to take you on a tour around the depot with me. I think it means a lot to me because of selling fish to customers, restaurants locally and things like that. I definitely have a soft spot for the fish and chip industry. So common types would definitely be your cod, your haddock, your hake for me. I think they're up there. Cod, that's the favourite. I think a lot of people feel safe with it. It's a safe option. It's not too overwhelming for someone that doesn't eat a lot of fish. Okay, whole cod. Definitely the favourite of the British. You've got, I think it's a sort of about 4 to 6 kilos in weight. So it's sort of the best of the best. So here we've got some Brixham Marketplace. So your texture is quite thin place, your fillets, but then again you don't want something that's too chunky or too firm for your fish and chip fish. So thin, delicate white fish is perfect. You've got your whole hake. This is a good one for fish and chips and one of my favourites as well. Another delicate flavour, but also you have got a lot of a meatier texture than your cod and your haddock.
I'm quite happy with a portion of cod. Look at that. And I'm just going to show you now how we portion it. When you get a really big portion of fish like this, you just want to take a little bit of the brown off. And I'm going to get some quite nice portions out of here. We're going to take this bit of flap off here because there's a nasty bone. And then we're going to get some more portions out of it. 1,
2. Fish and chips was brought in by Portuguese Jewish immigrants to the UK. Fish and chips started around about 1860. There was fried fish on the streets of London. It was mentioned by Charles Dickens in one of his books. Hi, I'm Andrew Crook. I'm president of the National Federation of Fish Fryers. So we look after the interests of the 10,500 fish and chip shops in the UK. Nobody knows when the marriage of fish and chips were brought together, but it just is the perfect partnership. It's just nutritionally balanced, it's great texture, great flavour combination. You know, it just works perfectly.
What you're looking for in a good potato is something that's going to cook up. It's going to have a little bit of crispiness on the outside and nice puffy, soft inside. Our favourite potato is Agria, but it's a very reliable product. It's got about the right amount of dry matter which means that the potato isn't too dry. We cover them in water and then drain the water out to remove the starch. Actually, this is how we make our batter. We use this gun. We filter the water from the mains and then goes through a carbonizer, which actually makes it into sparkling water. And that gives the batter a little bit more lift. Summer or winter, it's the right temperature. It's anything from 4 to 8 degrees. I'm gonna add just 1 tablespoon of salt. Actually, we put 2 in there. These are the batter bins. People could buy prepared batter in supermarkets or just buy flour with a bit of a lifting agent. Something nice and creamy. And probably more important than anything is you've got to have good oil. And you've got to be able to filter and change your oil regularly. There's nothing worse. You can have the best fish and the best potatoes. If it's cooked in the wrong oil, or the oil that's been used too long, it can taste awful. We cook at pretty high temperatures. We cook the fish at about 188, the chips at about 180. That's what gets the batter to expand, is the fact that the steam from the poached fish is creating the right conditions in there. Although it's been fried, if you actually take the batter off the fish, you won't taste fat, you'll just taste fish that's poached. That's the proper way of doing it. It's all down to experience. You know, it takes about 3 or 4 minutes. And most importantly, you've got to drain the fish to make sure you're not, because if you leave it, take it out too soon, put it in there, it's going to drain in the box.
In England, people have salt and vinegar on fish and chips, which I know most places in the world don't have vinegar. There's 2 types of vinegar. So you've got malt vinegar, which is more of a rounder, fuller flavour, a bit more sharp. And then you've got non-brewed condiments, which is a bit of a sweeter flavour. But yeah, I think vinegar just gives that acidity that just cuts through. So lemon works well with fish, but I think the vinegar works well with the fish and the chips, and it just completes the dish. Here we are, we've got a standard portion of, looks like cod and chips with mushy peas, which would be around about a 7-ounce portion of fish. It's still got its skin on, and certain areas still leave the skin on so you can see what species it is, so you can make sure you're not being sold an inferior species of fish. Let's see what we've got. So I'll just break into this. Not easy with this fork, but there you go, you can see. Lovely white flesh, flaking, and a crisp batter. We're ready for this. Yeah, historically fish and chips would have been served in newspaper or wrapped in newspaper, but that's been banned because of the print. It was toxic, so we still get white news, but we don't use actual newspaper. You can use it as an outer wrapper, but as you can see, the packaging does have a nod to the past, so we do like our heritage in fish and chips. There was a religious element with eating fish, so on a Friday, which is still the busiest day of the week for fish and chip shops on the whole, the Catholic religion told everybody they had to eat fish, so it was a perfect way to consume fish without having to cook it at home. But after that, it's just become tradition, so we're just part of the culture, part of the heritage of the nation. And I think fish and chips has got a strong future. As a dish, it's always going to be around. So you never get sick of it, still love my fish and chips.